Hello guys, in this episode I want to give some reasons why I have switched to Arch Linux. So basically, Arch Linux is a very simple and lightweight distribution. So the installation is very simple process. There's not really much depth to installing it, but it does become a lot more challenging for new users as it's just a text-based installation at first. So we're going to have to install a text through a text-based installation. So we're going to have to do those commands within the terminal. Now this can be really frustrating for new users, but if we have a lot of experience using the terminal, then we won't have any issues with installing Arch Linux. So basically, I have this terminal to prove to you guys that I am using Arch Linux 64-bit. I was on this PC for like 1 hour and 21 minutes and so on. So basically, now I'm going to talk about why I'm using Arch Linux. So basically, one of the reasons why I'm using Arch Linux is because it's a rolling release distribution. So that means all the packages, all the softwares, all the programs are always up to date. And this is an advantage as well as a disadvantage. It is an advantage because everything is up to date. Once there's a new update to, for example, to LibreOffice, then we will get a new update to LibreOffice. But that is a bad thing as well, because it can lead to more bugs in the system. Now, not saying that rolling releases are unstable, but they tend to be a lot less stable than the Ubuntu ones and stuff like that, like Ubuntu-based distros and Debian-based distros. These tend not to be a rolling release distribution, but basically a rolling based distribution is basically a distribution that comes out with everything brand new. So every package you get is all brand new. Now the second reason why I'm using Arch Linux is because it can run basically on anything. We can get like a very old PC that ran like Windows 95. If we get Arch Linux installed onto it, it'll probably run it, but with not UEFI obviously. So basically, if you have a look at their wiki, they have a very nice forums on here, so guys will be able to get some help from here. So they have a very nice installation guide. So if you guys want to learn how to install it inside a VM, then this is a very good way to learn how to install it. So basically they have like preparing installation media, so this tells you how to basically connect to the internet, and it tells you partitioning for disk and so on. I don't use fdisk, I use cfdisk, because this one uses a graphical interface. But you guys can basically do whatever you want to your system, and you can basically do whatever you want. So if your computer supports UEFI, then I recommend you guys to get UEFI support. But if the one is master boot record, which is my one with the BIOS, then you guys will have to follow this partition type. Okay, so we're going to have to format partitions and so on. So you guys can look through the documentation, but I think it's very clear and very understandable to go through. And basically, if you want to go to the forums, then I'll help you on there. I didn't sign up for forums yet, but if we want to basically, if I have any issues, then we can just comment here and I help you out if people will. So for that point, I would say is that they have very nice support people. People are very supportive on Arch Linux. The developers will help you out, even their users will help you out. So it's a very, very great system. There's security up here, so we can learn about the security things. It says hi for some stuff, but I don't really care about that. So we can download it through here, and there'll be some installation things. So if we select your country, then we can install it from here, which is a very simple process. This is how many packages they basically have. So yeah guys, the website is basically very easy to use, and they have a very nice forums on here. So if you guys are stuck on something, then let's go to the forums, go to the installation guide and so on. And we can also go to frequently questions and so on. So Arch based compared to other distributions, we'll tell you more about here. So Linux from scratch, which is what I'll be talking about in another video. Maybe I might try it myself, in fact. Okay, so let's stop talking about the community, and basically I want to talk about why I got Arch Linux. So the reason why I chosen to get Arch Linux is because my computer is a bit slow whenever I use like a Ubuntu or Fedora or if I use like Debian or something like that, then it does tend to get a lot slower because they're going to implement these high-end graphical user interface. Even though I could just install a new graphical user interface, but there's always there's like additional things always running for background, and distributions like Ubuntu, Fedora, and stuff like that tend to be bloated, in my honest opinion, because there'll be some programs that we don't need and some programs we do need. It's not as bad as Windows though and Mac OS, but it's a bit annoying to have bloatware on my computer with softwares that we don't need pre-installed, especially for new users. So basically, Arch Linux tends to be the opposite of Ubuntu and Fedora, and it's not bloated at all. Well, there's some packages that comes pre-installed, but that's basically to help you out with for installation and stuff like that, so it's not even that minor. So basically, Arch Linux is not bloated at all. We can install any desktop environment, we can install Xorg, we can basically install every package that we need, and every package that is on the computer with Arch Linux is what you have installed, or if it's been hacked, then we can complain to the hacker, but yeah, you guys know. So basically, it is very nice forums on here. I really do recommend getting Arch Linux if you really want to customize the system though, because it's very good to customize your own system, in my honest opinion. It's very nice because there's many desktop environments that we can install, such as GNOME, which I don't recommend. There's XFCE, which I really do recommend, and KD Plasma, I really do recommend that one, and many more. So there's many Linux desktop environments that you guys can install onto Arch Linux. They basically, the other thing about it is that they have a UR, which I don't know much about this though, but I heard that is a very good thing. But then again, I can look at this and you guys can look at this and see what we like about it. So Arch Linux is a very simple system, not easy though, because once you have everything set up, then it becomes easy obviously, but after the first part of it, it does tend to be difficult. But as long as you follow the wiki, there's some very useful YouTube videos out there which will help you out very goodly, so they'll be able to help you out there. Okay guys, so that's basically for reasons why I personally use Arch Linux, and I really do recommend you guys to switch to Arch Linux right now if you have lots of experience using Linux, because it makes you look like a pro. And by the time we've got Arch Linux installed, then we can start saying for me, by the way, I use Arch, which will be pretty awesome guys. We'll have like loads of girlfriends. Anyway guys, I'm going to have to do that. Please like and subscribe, and yeah guys, I'll see you all next time. Bye.